Hey, Danny Ray with Pinnacle Quote Life Insurance Specialist. Today it's October 12th, a little after 9 o'clock. Normal work day for me. I usually work until about 11, 12, calling my clients on the West Coast. With that said, I just wrote a client earlier tonight that was actually over 75. Okay, I'm sorry, 74, almost 75. And this question comes up a lot, like if somebody over 70 can actually get life insurance. Okay, so I mean, I want to talk a little bit about getting life insurance over the age of 70. Okay, and the pros and cons of it. Okay, what's best for you, whether it be term or whole life. Okay, this is really important. A lot of seniors out there don't think they can get life insurance over 70, and you can. A lot of insurance companies will cover you up to age 90 in some cases, mostly 85 to 90. So regardless of what age you are, life insurance is obviously a crucial purchase, okay, because again, it's going to go ahead and protect your family in the event of your death. They cover final expense or funeral expenses, okay. It's never too late to get senior life insurance. Again, those of those clients out that I have that are over the age of 75 may be hesitant because of the high rates, but it's still very possible to get life insurance at that age. Okay, now keep in mind, getting life insurance at 70 or older, okay, is much different than, say, getting life insurance at age 50, obviously. A lot different, especially in price. At age 50, you got 20 to 30 years until mortality age. At 70, you got 10 to 15. Now again, you're far less likely to live longer, okay, at 70 than you are at 50, obviously. Therefore, you can find term life insurance policy with just maybe a 10, 15, in some cases 20-year terms if you're 70. Okay, but normally 10 or 15-year terms is what's available after the age of 70. Okay, so remember, term life insurance is it's going to be the most cost-effective way to go. Now, whole life plans are a bit more complicated, okay, because sometimes the death benefit protection doesn't kick in for years. Remember, I've explained in other videos. It's called the graded period, okay, where you can pay your premiums over a couple of years, and then the policy, if God forbid, if you died the first 2 or 3 years, again, they're going to refund all your premiums back to the beneficiary, usually plus 10%. So really, you get more out of it than what you put into it. Okay, but again, usually if you're over 70, you're close to mortality age, you got health issues, that 2 years might mean everything. Okay, so again, if you only live a few years, that graded period might affect you. Okay, especially if you have any kind of life threatening illness. Okay, at that age, so a little bit quick with top insurance currently. You usually assume people write those policies for the clients. Most go up to at least 90 years old. A lot of them just 85. Give an example, like a 10-year term, when usually when you're 75, 76. Okay, most of the carriers out there was only going to write you a 10-year term. There's maybe one or two that'll write you a 15. Okay, and again, usually very rarely over the age of 70, you're going to get a 20-year term. Transamerica, I think, will go ahead and write you up to 90. Okay, very expensive though. It's like double the price of the 15, pretty much. Because again, they know you're supposed to die, and they're at risk of writing a check, so they're going to make you pay for it now to offset the losses that are going to occur. Because again, if you die at a term policy, the insurance company never makes money. Okay, well, anyway, they probably do if you have it for a while. Because remember what they do when they invest your money. Okay. With that being said, if you suffer from medical conditions or any kind of major health issues, okay, um, such as diabetes, okay, that might prevent you from getting a life insurance policy at that age. Because again, it all depends on what age you are when you were diagnosed. Again, the early age you are with diabetes, the more damage it may cause your body over the long term. So again, it all has to do with age that you got it. Now, if you were 70 years old and you're looking for a life insurance policy and you were diagnosed at 68, different story than, say, if you were diagnosed at age 40 or 45 and you're 70. All right, so your body's haven't had much, have been in some cases had out of control blood sugars for periods of over 30 years, in some cases anyway. So if that accrues, if that does happen, then you want to probably get what's called a non-exam term life insurance policy, where you don't have to take an exam. Okay, if it's available at that age. Now I have one policy that'll give you coverage up to 150,000 up to 80 years old. Fantastic company, Foresters. Okay, they'll give you a non-med up to 80. That's unheard of. Nobody else does that. Okay, mostly they'll cut you off at age 65 to 70. Okay, before they give you a policy. Okay, so with that said, the pros of a no exam policy is convenience. Okay, they're very lenient, quick coverage. Normally paying a lot more money though. Okay, the cons is exactly that: the higher prices and the lower coverage limits. Again, a guaranteed issue life insurance policy, a whole life, is going to be very expensive because it's going to cover you for your whole life, and you're probably not going to find one a little more than 25 grand. Okay, I think AIG is 35,000, but again, they won't cover your over 75 if I'm not mistaken. Okay, don't quote me on that. Okay, so you need to decide between whole life and term life insurance. Okay, what's best for you? Okay, a lot of times you might just need enough to cover the burial. Okay, you might want to go burial insurance policy. Okay, which is usually a whole life policy. Okay, so again, if you're thinking you'll live a lot longer, you want to get that whole life because you don't want to pay into a term with all the money at age 70 because it's very expensive, and then outlive the term. You're not going to get anything. Okay, it's not like you get that money back. So you really got to weigh the options with whether or not you want term or whole life. Okay, at that age. All right. Now, again, term life generally has premiums that are far less expensive than the whole life. Okay, you always need to consider the budget before you look at life insurance and really, here at Pinnacle Quote, we like to go ahead and tailor make the policy around your budget. Okay, to make sure you get what you need. More important, you can afford it. All right. Last thing you want to do is I see a lot of agents time and time again. Okay, push for the higher premium because they're looking out for their own best interest. And down the line, if the client runs into a financial stipulation, then they're going to lapse the policy, and that's no good for the client. I don't think so. I'd rather make less money and get the client what he needs. And it's this way, if he's ever in that position, he has an affordable policy. Worst thing in the world is getting a policy and having it lapse, and then having to shop 10 or 15 years after you got it the original price when it's 3 times as much money. Okay, I get calls like that all the time. All right, so so if money is an issue, okay, and your life insurance has run out, you might have that option of just doing a final expense policy. Okay, just a burial policy. Okay, just to cover funeral costs. All right, so many other people would prefer not to do a medical exam in order to receive, many other people, I should say, would prefer not doing a medical exam because they don't like needles. All right, they don't like. They may be in poor health. Okay, at that age. Okay, so senior life insurance may be out. But again, if you opt into a no medical or guaranteed coverage policy, okay, again they're going to be a little more expensive. Okay, so again, if you opt into a whole life, a guaranteed issue whole life, you have health issues, and you maybe your mother and father and your aunts and uncles lived a long time, and the term might not cut it for you. So you might have to be in a position where you have to pay that extra money to get that guaranteed issue whole life. Okay, then get the term and have that risk of paying it and outliving the policy. Okay, so again, with that said, again, serious health issues such as diabetes, want to go to a guaranteed issue policy. Okay, very rarely at that age is the term policy going to be available to you. Okay, so just to recap, again, if you're over the age of 70, prices are very, very different, okay, than say in your 60s and 50s. Rule of thumb, okay, prices usually doubles from 40 to 50. 50 to 60s, it usually triples. And the price difference once you hit 70, if you don't got something locked in, it's going to double every 3 years. Okay, that's why I cannot stress it enough. Life insurance is so important to get at a young age. It's so important. Again, whenever I speak to a client, I want to make sure that this is the last time they do that. Okay, they're not shopping in their 50s and 60s. All right, when they're on retirement and a fixed income and they know they need life insurance and they're going out and have to settle for something that they can't afford. Okay, sometimes it takes the bread out of the cupboard. At that time in life, you worked your whole life not to pay for a life insurance premium. It's time to have fun when you're at that age, or try to anyway. So again, here at Pinnacle Quote, we offer an abundance of products when it comes to all walks and size and ages and stuff like that. If you're in your 70s, I got a dozen products for you, whether it be term, whole life, okay, guaranteed issue. Anybody out there, any health impairment. Again, we're actually experts in underwriting over here. So if there's if you do need life insurance, we're going to get you the policy. Okay, it all comes down to price though at that age, obviously. But again, whether you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, or 60s, Pinnacle Quote will put you in a position where you're going to have the best price policy at the most affordable price. Okay, with the best carrier. Okay, again, you need to have the best price, best carrier. that assures you that you bought right at the right price. So, again, this is Danny Ray with Pinnacle Quote. If you have any questions, feel free to give me a call at 855-380-3300, extension 2. You can also visit us on the web at pinnaclequote.com. And you can request the appointment through the website, and you can get an instant quote. Okay, you can go there, click on get a quote, and fill out the information, and you'll actually see the carriers that would bid for your business to give you the best price. Okay, and then also your information will come to me. Again, we don't go in and offer you, we don't sell your information. Okay, and we'll give you a call, and we'll give you, say, a policy review, and basically lay out a couple of products that's the best for you. Okay, again, our motto is not to try and sell you. We're just going to give you the best possible products with the best possible carrier, okay, because that's what we have. We're contracted with dozens of carriers. Okay, we're licensed in 49 states nationwide. So there's no doubt in my mind you will get the best price from me because we have all the products. Okay, we're not your storefront guy down at the end of the block that works for one carrier and is licensed in one state. Okay, we have probably 200 products more than that guy has. So again, I will tailor make you a life insurance policy. I'm not going to give you a one-size-fits-all. All right. So again, Danny Ray with Pinnacle Quote. If you have any questions, feel free to give me a call or visit the website at pinnaclequote.com. And we're just going ahead and putting the fine finishes on the blog, so that should be made available very shortly. Okay. So I ask you to be safe and make it a great day. All right.